Hello, everyone. That was quick. What does that button do? Invite to join when somebody joins. Okay. Oh, hey, Susan. I'm going to add you as a moderator. I remember the last time we were both kind of bumbling through. I'm gonna be a pro at the end of this day. Oh no, you're at the beach. I was gonna go sit outside. You're at the beach.
The beach is very healing.
Oh, you're living my life right now.
Ooh la la.
Hi, Susan.
Hi.
Also
Oh, I
as
see.
Miss Grandiosity. Everyone is coming in. I know you've been sharing the flyer. Thank you so much.
Yes. Oh, I'm so grateful to see some names I recognize that are joining this live
Yeah,
here.
well, you're a very popular lady. I don't know why you're surprised.
Oh
So we
boy.
have Susan Smallwood with us, also known as Ms. Grandiosity. We're going to get to talk about some of the work she's been doing for mental health awareness. She also is an entrepreneur. She has a whole Grandiosity brand, guys. We're going to talk about that. My name is Roxana. I'm with the Black Mental Health Alliance. Today, we're going to be going live all day talking about mental health awareness, why it's important, why so much of our work and our healing has to be around being aware of what we need to be resilient, and how to help support others' journey as well. So if
Absolutely.
you want, we can get started, Miss Susan. Ms.
Thanks again. Oh, Grandis, thanks. Thanks again to Black Mental Health Alliance for inviting me to speak this time via live IG. And thanks to everyone joining us. I appreciate that.
Yes, and you know what? I even forgot that Black Mental Health Alliance is a nonprofit that does a connect to resource and referral database. They connect people to therapists, psychiatrists, and other resources. So there's healing circles. I will put that information in the comment section while Susan is speaking. We have a membership component that helps support our work, and we do trainings. One of our trainings is going to be this weekend. The link in bio will take you there to register. It's about building healthy family relationships. Dr. Adam Bandelli has made a whole program to take you guys through. He made a workbook. So guess what? The training is free in honor of Mental Health Awareness Month. We only have a couple slots left, so make sure you register. Thank you for reminding me, Susan. So go ahead, introduce yourself, and we're going to dive into some of the work that you're doing now.
Grand greetings to the audience. I'm Susan Smallwood, CEO of Grandiosity Events and Le Grande Caviar. We're celebrating our 1-year anniversary next month in Washington, D.C. on June 10th. I look forward to seeing everybody. It is an open invite at Steak 1865 Cigars and Seafood in Washington, D.C., June 10th, 6 to 8 p.m.
Nice. And can they order the caviar? I know you went through a new, you have different types now. Can they order that there?
They can order, yes, on the spot. It will still be shipped unless they order in advance, and then I will bring it to the venue. I will be giving out 5 Le Grande Caviar Facial in a jar to some lucky winners that same day as well. So that's a new product that we launched.
Right. Yes. So I know we had talked about this before, but we had talked about when you did, when we attended BMHA team went out and attended your polo event, and you were talking about Black people really being comfortable around these kind of higher tier products. So can you talk about Like, what made you go through that process of um, launching your business, and what made you fall in love with the caviar life?
Gosh, okay, so, well, Grandiosity Events, the platform was started to bring cultures together for grand experiences and elevating grand experiences. And lots of folks of our color and culture have not experienced polo nor caviar. Even to this day, I still get the nose frowned up, eyes squinching when I mention caviar. But after I get them to try it, then it's like, oh, this isn't bad. And what I'm doing, I like it. So, but it's me cajoling people to try it, because if I don't cajole them, they won't stop. They won't even entertain, and they
Right.
won't indulge in it. When I explain the educational background and that it's a nutritional powerhouse, then their interest is really piqued. It's an anti-agent. It contains lots of collagen, peptides, and like I said, it's an aphrodisiac, vitamins B, D, selenium, definite nutritional powerhouse. So you can't go wrong with indulging in caviar. And it's a high quality and affordable pricing. So it's not it's not going to break your bank.
Right.
And we should all at least try something once. Hey, grand greetings, Ante. Once in our lifetime.
Yeah.
My thing is, try it before you die.
Right. Even the polo event. So why am I talking about the polo event and Grandiosity? Is because Susan had made a polo event, and the proceeds were part of a fundraising effort for Black Mental Health Alliance. And then she did another event, well, separate event. I'm not going to talk about that now. But so for the polo event, it was very eye-opening. She had an all-Black polo team out there, guys. It was such an educational event, and I don't mean that like, oh, it was a lot of, you had someone narrating why certain things were done. People could go out and talk to the polo team, which I thought my girls were just, taken away by the one Black, the female rider. They just loved her, and they were able to take pictures with her. But I think that is good for your mental health, seeing different things. The horses out there. I think Cheryl Maxwell and I, one of the other BMHA team members, was able to take pictures with the horse, which kind of seemed like he didn't want to be in the picture, but he did good at the But you had this whole fundraiser for Black Mental Health Alliance. And I know that you're coming up in the fall. You're doing another fundraiser that will also not only benefit us, you were so kind to bring us in again, but Latinas.
Leading tomorrow.
Latinas,
Latinas leading tomorrow.
yes. So you're all about like supporting different cultures, supporting mental health. And I wanted you to talk a little bit about what made you do the polo event, because I was intrigued by that when we had started talking.
Oh, okay. So I think everybody, or if you don't know, 8 years ago, I had been released from federal prison. And as a returning citizen, I had challenges with getting jobs. And I don't even like to drive, and Uber didn't even hire me. Yeah, that's a bad sign, y'all. So I said, wait a minute now. So I had to think about, what am I going to do? But going back, they had called me Grandiose, and I was even called Glitter Queen in prison. So I said, ooh. Yeah, because I worked in the art department. That's another story. I said, let me do something really grand. And I was invited to a polo event in Middleburg, Virginia, which is equestrian country. And I actually enjoyed it. It was fun. It wasn't she foo as people think. And my friend said, Susan, why don't you do your own polo event? At first I had trepidation. I was like, what? So I meditated on it. And in 3 months, I was able to get almost 200 guests to the first one in Middleburg, Virginia.
Oh, wow.
And that created the signature event every year. As a budget grew, then I was able to get more bigger celebrity names. Last year we had Lisa Ray, as you know, and this year we have Judge Mathis, and T-Boz from TLC is going to be there, as well as some other guests that we will be naming coming up shortly.
Nice.
So anyway, did I answer the question?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
But you know what? We kind of did it flipped. We should have talked about your story and your passion for mental health, like how that came about, I guess, first. We kind of did it. I led you into a circle path, if you will.
Oh, no worries.
So if you
no worries.
share just a little bit about your story, what makes you so passionate about doing the fundraiser?
Oh, well, I've always been, even before I had Grandiosity Events, my former company was a Perfect 10 Event Socialite. So I've rebranded and reinvented myself. I was always doing it, but it wasn't my business at the time. Well, that was, but I was doing it for fun, hobby, because I just love giving back. I've always been like that ever since I was a little girl when I was living in Germany. And I would see homeless people. And I always said, when I become rich, I'm going to help the homeless people. I'm going to build them a big building. Well, I haven't gotten to Jeff Bezos or Warren Buffett status yet. But I said that as a little girl. So I've always liked helping people. And then, you know, coming from a traumatic background, I don't like to see people hurting. So I always want to make people happy. I always want to make them smile. I always want to see joy in their face. So that's the way of making it happen, is through the events platform, giving back at the same time.
Yes. And so even yesterday when we were creating the flyer, what did you tell me to add on the flyer?
Making magic happen while managing through mental health. Ooh la la, baby. I forgot to tell y'all to add that ooh la la.
You did, because I would have made space for you. Yes, through managing mental health. So like when we talk about mental health, and you talked about going through a process of coming back into your life, how did you transition from I've been in this dark place, I was in jail, to somebody who's meditating? You said you meditated. So how did you get to that piece of healing?
So
healing.
Meditation, not medication. I was on meds. It stifled my creativity. It made me mummified, and I didn't like the way it made me feel. My energy was not the same. People were like, "What's wrong with you?" So it was like, it's a what do you call it? A catch-22. Yes, it slowed my brain down, but it slowed everything else down. Yeah. I'm my most highest manifester when I'm operating at the highest frequency of grand energy, because grand energy is currency. So then I was introduced to a shaman, and I just kept up the work with the shaman, and my affirmations every morning. Again, the beach is healing. Being near the water is very healing. That's when you manifest. That's when you manifest the most. When you're one with nature, barefoot, sand, beach, water. So and that's when things started happening for me. And I did what's called neuroplasticity. That's rewiring your brain. And you have to see the positive in every situation. When you start seeing the positive in every situation, the universe starts sending you positive people, places, and things. And so when I started seeing the miracles and the magic happening, I kept up with it. And every day I wake up like, what miracle is going to happen today? What magic am I going to experience today? And so it's always something. Even if it's something negative, there's always a lesson out of that turns into a blessing. So, and then you have to be grateful for everything. And again, see the positive in every situation. And that's how your life transforms.
Yeah. And I think people probably can't tell how energetic you are. When this lady walks into a room, she's like, I mean, like, I don't mean like acting extra, just like your presence. You are definitely vibrating on a higher level. You bring light I feel that like you have just this joy now. And I know that was something that you started working towards. And we even talked about something that I don't know if you want to share now, but what you were listening to. And I was like, well, I want to hear your playlist.
Oh yeah, the 528
Yes,
hertz.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
Do
I
you want to
listen to
talk
that
about
every.
that a little bit?
Yes, so 528 hertz is binaural beats, and it's meditation music. It's operating at the fifth frequency, and the frequency of love is the fifth dimension. When you're operating on the fifth dimension of love, again, you attract the people, places, and things that come to you. And when I tell you, out of the blue, angels from everywhere come. You know how many times I bet you I'm gonna predict it. I'm gonna go in this restaurant after this interview and watch somebody pick up my tab. The last time I was here, somebody picked up my tab. When I'm out, people pick up my tab.
Because you
That and
really
that's
are joyful, though. I can see that. Like, it's like when someone makes you feel good, you're just like, oh my God, they made my day better, you know? So I can totally see that.
yes. And it's amazing. Even last year's Perfect Strange, I think I told y'all that donated $10,000 on the spot
Yes, yes.
for the polo and jazz. I mean, this is the magic and miracles that I experience. And it's funny because earlier today, somebody said, Susan, ooh, somebody said, oh, she has too much energy. What is
What?
wrong with having, what am I
Right?
supposed to do? I'm like, this is who I am because, again, if people only knew I was in a very, very dark space for a long
Yeah.
time, for many years. When you stay in that space, you attract that darkness and you attract more negativity, and that's not a good way to live. So when, again, neuroplasticity, rewiring your brain, you will see all the beauty and the benefits that come with gratitude, thinking positive, speaking positive, even the word grand.
Yeah.
Every time I use it, something beautiful and grand happens in my life. Words are positive and they all have frequency. Negative words have frequency and positive words have frequency. So you got to choose the frequency you want to operate and vibrate on. Ooh la
So,
la.
yeah, somebody said Susan elevates every environment to grand level.
Oh, somebody said that. I don't have on my frame, so I didn't see it. Oh, that grandest thanks, whoever said that.
So if you want, you can go into YouTube. I don't know why I'm showing my phone. You can go on YouTube or Apple Music and you can put in 528 megahertz and you can listen to it in the car. Susan had recommended earbuds. That's why I was going like this before. But I just think like thinking outside the box and pressing to your healing is more than just being in a doctor's or a therapist space. You want to hear something, Susan? At the gym, they have sound therapy now. It's a class. In the class, I tried to sign up and it was full.
Yes. Speaking of which, I'm attending a sound healing ceremony this Sunday in Miami on the beach.
Oh wow!
So proof in the puddings, there's a lot of healing in sound. There's a
And
lot of
the
healing,
class had
Mother
a
Nature.
14-person wait list. I was like, I'm never gonna get in. And
Wow.
they had just brought it as like a benefit for the members. So I was like, ooh, I'm gonna sign my daughter and myself up. It was full. So 528 megahertz. If you put
Hertz.
in oh
Hertz.
hertz
528
hertz.
hertz, not the mega.
Okay, not
528
mega.
hertz. Mm-hmm.
If you put it in Apple Music or on YouTube, it will pull those up. It'll pull up a playlist that you can listen to. And some of them aren't. I found that some of them aren't like the one that you had shared with me. All of them. Some people say it's 528 and it's calming, but it's not. It'll be like a house beat in the background. That's not the same one. You have to make sure you're pulling up the one that really has it on there. And so
Yes.
we're talking about that because when we're talking about being resilient, pressing for your mental health, right? Because part of that is being the opposite side, which maybe you're going through a crisis, right? You're going through where your brain is here or you have a diagnosis. There's other things besides, oh yes. So Nia Jones introduced me to lo-fi hip hop. And if you have it on the background when you're working and stuff, it really does help you be more productive. But there's different things we could do to really help and support our mental health. That's not just going to a doctor's office, not just getting medicine. It could be talking like how I'm talking to Susan. She always makes me happier.
Oh, thank you.
So having those positive people around you, those positive spaces where you know you're going to go in and feel good, like the beach. Hello, y'all.
Yes.
Go and
Ooh
take
la
your
la.
vacation. Go and go to the beach. Go and go on a
Yes.
trail. Those are things
Yes.
that all help your mental health. So, okay,
Yes,
not
indeed.
Felicia said sound and frequency can be healing. Yes,
Yes.
definitely. And you got to
Yes.
believe that, because Susan has taught me that about, do you even remember what you were teaching me about?
My crystal energy, which
Yes,
one?
yes, yes. That you have to
Crystal and
believe that
you have to
that thing,
believe.
yeah, that it's
Yes.
going to help
It
you.
only works when you believe.
Right. So you can't
What we
listen to the
believe.
music and be negative and be in a negative mindset. You have to believe that, hey, I'm going to listen to this. It's going to restore me, and breathe and not, don't resist. Don't resist that it's going
Yes.
to help, because then it's like, why are you doing it? It's not going to help.
Yes. What we believe becomes true for us. So you have to remember that. So believing, emotionalizing, feeling it, that's feeling it.
Yeah.
Visualizing it, seeing it, then it manifests. So you can't just have one component and then the action behind all of that. You can't say it and not believe it. You can't
Right.
believe it and not write it and speak it and feel it and believe it. So all of that has to be working in conjunction with each other simultaneously in order for it to manifest at the grandest level.
Right.
So I am that miracle that manifested what I've created, what nobody else is doing after 50, reinventing my life after 50 years old. And by the way, walking away from an abusive
Yeah.
relationship as well. Still standing tall and able to talk about this. Lost my house. We can go on
Yeah.
and on, but we're going to talk about all the positive things that's happening. And that is me recreating and reinventing. And anybody, all of y'all have the power to do it. It's already inside of you. Yes, lean into the healing. That's right, now, Felicia. Yes, yes, and yes.
Yes. And I think I said the same thing to Nia. I think when people see that you've been through, like you said, you were a returning citizen, you've been in an abusive relationship, you lost houses and all that stuff that's supposed to make you happy, and just to see you on the other side, that you're prosperous, and not saying that, oh, because you have car you have this, but just that you're still a joy and a light. And because I think we've seen a lot of people that have been through stuff, and they look like they've been through stuff, they make you feel like they've been through stuff. It's like, that's amazing that you're able to, just be this positive light and to really give to people, because then a lot of people go through things and they decide they're going to keep everything for themselves. But you've decided that, I'm going to give as much as I can and be somebody who cares about other people and really trying to get their healing. So that's probably also another thing that you've done to help you heal.
Thank you. Yes, absolutely. When I share, I heal. And I think I said that you can't heal what you never revealed. Jay-Z said that. And if you don't heal what hurt you, you'll bleed on others that didn't cut you.
Mm,
And when I read
that
that, I said, that's so
is pretty
true.
deep. Yeah.
Because hurt people hurt people. I was that person because of my past hurt. And it doesn't get you anywhere but more pain.
Yeah.
So that's why now, when you're walking in a light and your truth, and you will attract, again, the positive people, places, and things will come to you like a magnet, making magic happen. Ooh la la.
What did Andrea say? She said, own your space and walk in your power. Yes.
That is the absolute truth, Andrea. Is that our Andrea?
Yes.
I've been calling you. I'm waiting for you to call me back.
Wait, Andrea, you need to call Susan back. Not us bullying Andrea.
I,
Okay, we're gonna
you know, a lot of people now they want to get connected with Black Mental Health
yeah,
Alliance. Yes,
definitely.
yes. So that's why I was calling her to let her know. People are interested now the services that y'all perform in the platforms.
Yeah.
Yes.
So hopefully people will get to join our Building Strong Families training. We've opened it up thanks to Mental Health Awareness Month. I'm seeing people agree with Andrea. It's going to be a free training this Saturday, so the June 3rd and June 17th. It's a free training. Black Mental Health Alliance Executive Director has opened it up to everyone. We only have a certain amount of spaces. Dr. Adam Bendelli, a total jewel to mental health, and really talking about his bipolar and how he transitioned and was able to really thrive. His family was able to support him. So he made a whole workbook for us to go through. So please click the link in the bio to join us or connect to a therapist and resource. So this training is totally virtual. We're located in Baltimore, Maryland, but our resources are nationwide. I don't know where Susan is because Susan could be in Florida, then she could be in France. She's all over the place, y'all. And so look, lastly, did your show come on? Tell them about your show
Oh,
appearance.
oh yeah. Well, not my show. Okay, so two things. Well, so 1 month after I had launched my caviar brand, Bravo filmed it. It did air a couple of weeks ago. They didn't show my caviar bar, but people snapshot a picture of
Okay.
me. I don't watch TV news,
I know,
radio,
and
or
I
anything.
didn't watch it because you didn't tell me
Yeah,
much.
so they did snapshot that I was in there, and but there is a very huge project happening behind the scenes. My team told me not to share.
No, we
Uh,
understand. But I just
yeah,
thought it was a good shout out. She was on Bravo. So my girls and I were saying, like, well, what show is she going to be on? So now I got to go back and look to see, you said a couple weeks ago, to see your debut. So I'm excited about that. So
yeah.
Black Mental Health Alliance, we're in Baltimore, Maryland. Susan is located in Florida, but I think she's like worldwide. She's anywhere she
I'll be
wants
in
to be.
Baltimore next week.
Yes. And hopefully I'll be able to go to your the opening, or not the opening, but
One
for
year anniversary.
you to talk about your anniversary, and I'm sure to talk about the polo event as well. Can you tell everyone how they can register for the polo event?
Oh yes. So y'all click on my link, Grandiosity Events. The link in bio has all the information on the polo and jazz. And we have early bird, and actually like 5 of them came through in the last hour, so they're selling fast, the early bird tickets, y'all. Please go ahead and click on the link, secure your ticket. We have sponsorship opportunities available, vending opportunities available, tables, bring your
Yeah,
own
hopefully we can get
picnic.
a table since you're saying it's quickly
Ye-
selling out.
yes, picnic talk, bring your own posh picnic setup, general admission if you like, or even on your table. No outside liquor, and we have like 8 food trucks, food and dessert trucks. So it's going to be lots of grandness
That'd be
happening.
grand.
Ooh la la.
Yeah, so go to her Instagram at Grandiosity, and you'll be able to click the link in bio, look through the links. Please remember, she has caviar, she has facial caviar, and she does events. So please support her work. Why? Because she's also supporting nonprofits. She's supporting Black Mental Health Alliance, Latina for Tomorrow. So please support Susan's work. Thank you so much, Susan, for sharing time with us today.
Grandest thanks, everyone. I look forward to seeing you all, and I'll see you all in the DMV next week.
Yes. Thank you.
Have a grand day.
You too.
Bye bye.
Bye.